How are you guys? Now we're just going to wait a couple of minutes while a few people are joining. I'm going to start talking for those who are on the replay here. Sorry you couldn't make it live. I have a special plan today. Is basically I want to walk through the SocialBee app. SocialBee is very different from, I wouldn't even say it's the same. Like if you ever used any kind of social scheduling tools, this is a completely different thing because they were not created as let's just schedule one post at a time in mind. When they were like, the guys are innovators in a way. And when I discovered this tool, it took time for me to even like switch from that perception that I have a tool and now I can schedule a post like one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, one by one, because that's not what they wanted you to do. What they wanted you to do is save time and make sure you have your nurturing cycle going no matter what's going on in your business, in your life, in your systems, because the inconsistency is the biggest problem with us, right? The inconsistency. Maybe some of us have the energy that, we do have sustainable energy, but then we have overwhelm. Maybe we're trying something and then we feel stuck and then we give up too soon. There's like, everyone has their own patterns that we're constantly dealing with. My personal pattern is that I have a spur of energy and I create a lot, and then I have price to pay. So I'll be completely, I would say it's an energy of I have nothing to give, and it can last sometimes a couple of days and sometimes a couple of weeks and sometimes a couple of months. And it depends on how big the, creativity was. So that's and I know that this is kind of like, it has to do a little bit with my human design type, but I know that the other things that could stop you is, for example, when you're doing something, you're not seeing results and you're just feeling frustrated because you feel like you hit a plateau. This is actually the generator's issue. Hit a plateau and you give up too soon, instead of when you hit a plateau, pushing through and being, pushing through until you see the results. Yes, of course, we still fail. Yes, of course, some things don't work out. And of course, we could operate from a stance of some sort of limiting belief that we need to discover that doesn't work, but still giving up too soon is something that might be slowing you down. So when I'm talking about, and again, I want to just stress this, that I am aware that not everybody is interested in knowing this. But when I'm talking about this human design thing, it's not about putting a label on you guys or me. It's not about that. It's not like there's so many variables that you're so unique in it. And this is what I love about it. Because yeah, I want to put a label on me, but it's my unique label, right? I know that I'm a certain way, but I'm also this way because I also have this and this and this and this. And now my next question, and this is where like a real Juliette's coming, like kicking in. I was like, how can I practically apply this somewhere? Because I don't like information that I can't apply practically. It has to bring me some sort of satisfaction that is, I'm so pragmatic, I'm so practical. I just want this. And so in marketing, it's just so brilliant. So this tool, it just allows whatever, if I have lack of clarity, and so I can't kind of produce something, I have this nothing to give mode, and I just, don't know really like what I'm doing, if it's right or wrong. We all have these times in our lives, that we don't know, are we actually on the right track? The SocialBee can still take care of very, very important things that we just simply forget posting. I know that even last week I had a conversation with someone, and this person was saying to me, I am just so frustrated that it just takes so much time. I feel like I need to like give up my day job to just do this. And there was a lot of frustration, and just felt like, there was a lot being done, although there wasn't as much being done that even needs to be done. But if it was done as per need to be done, it wouldn't actually take that much time, because a lot of it was just overthinking because it wasn't being done. Do you get me what I'm saying? When we don't do something, the amount of thoughts, the amount of like what we think it is going to take and everything is so big. When we actually just get through it and get it done, it's done. So it always feels overwhelming when we're not doing it. When we're doing it, then, we can start looking for more efficient ways. I'm huge into efficiency. Like, how can I do this faster? How can I do this in a way that it just takes me less and less time and still everything that I want, my creativity, or, it ticks all the boxes that I want from this task. So that's something that's something that I wanted to say about, SocialBee. Let me share my screen. Before I share my screen, there's a couple of things I want to do. First of all, I want to record this because I'm so lazy. And also the dog was barking. I don't know if you saw it or not. I started recording walkthrough. I just thought I'll just record it. And not only, everybody's like started getting coughs, barking. And then Buzz went at his bed and 5 times he ripped big holes in his bed and ran around. It was like Benny Hill music cue. And I'm running behind my dog around this one room. And he has this filling, the synthepon filling in his mouth, which is poisonous for him. So it was not a good environment for me to record. So I said, you know what, today I'm going to use this opportunity to record as well as do the training. And I think it's going to benefit you guys. And it's also going to benefit me as well. SocialBee, it's not just an ordinary social scheduling tool where you have a post and you want it to come out on Thursday and you just post it there. And then you just go through all your schedule and you post these, posts whenever on those days when you want them to come out. You can do that, but it's not designed with that approach in mind. What SocialBee is designed with in mind is that you have evergreen content, the content that you can keep putting over and over and over, and you don't really need to go back and change it. So what kind of content that can be? That can be our client testimonials. This is something that we forget to share. And so you can create a schedule here where you have a category. So you can organize your content in categories. And that means you can have a category with your testimonials. And I'm talking about like screenshots of comments. You can, of course, get creative and create maybe like a little graphic in Canva if that's something that you want, and then use text instead of showing the screenshot. Although showing the screenshot is it has this kind of like credibility value that it's a proper screenshot from somewhere. But listen, if you're a graphic designer, you can make that happen without it being real. And so it doesn't matter. And I have seen some beautiful graphics where there was no screenshot, where there was just a phrase, like a really nice phrase about this coach and a picture of a coach. And sometimes it was a picture of a client. And that was as effective for me to feel, that this is an expert, to kind of work in terms of a authority building type of content. So if you create several, say you have 10-15 screenshots or 10-15 graphics, and you create a schedule that this category is going to populate your platform, whichever, I'm going to talk about all the platforms that you can use, say your personal profile. You're going to create a schedule that once a week, a testimonial graphic or testimonial screenshot will be posted on your personal profile every Monday, for example. And then you don't have to worry about it. Or maybe every Monday and every Friday. You don't have to remember to do it every time manually, but yet your audience is getting nurtured all the time. Your audience is getting, your only audience constantly, like you elevate your status in your audience's eyes every time. Every time we appear on somebody's newsfeed, if we are there frequently enough, we become a micro celebrity. To be a micro celebrity, you don't need to be somebody. You just need to be somebody they see very often, right? And they already start latching on and watching you. And it's like, why do we watch reality TV with stupid people doing stupid things? That's why. And so this micro celebrity status is quite, it's a weird thing, but it's quite powerful in terms of how it influences people, how it grabs their attention. So then when you add authority building markers like testimonials, like, like invitations to work with you, that's when you really are creating your own status as an expert, or your articles, your things like that. So let me just go through this again. As I said, you can do evergreen, and that's where the benefit of using this app. But if you have something that you wanted to post on a certain day, for example, you have a launch, and maybe you were speaking on a summit and you have 3 days promotional time for this summit, and you want to post every day, you can schedule that as well. It's not a problem, and I'm actually going to show you exactly how to do that. So this is not a course, or this is not like a training how to do this. This is a walkthrough. So but I want to show you how that it's simple. know, it's going to be, when you log in into this app, it might be a little bit overwhelming because it's a new app, you know, but it's quite simple. So that's just, this is just a main app. Let's go inside. So this is, if you logged in, this is what you would see. This is your dashboard. So in the beginning, what you would need to do is you would need to connect your social media profiles. Actually, what I wanted to do here, let me just move this, can I move this bar? I wanted to show something here. I wanted to show you the plans. And I wanted to say that you don't need anything but this Bootstrap plan. That is a 19 bucks a month, right? That has everything, absolutely everything you need. It allows you to connect to 5 social profiles. What does it mean, 5 profiles? It means, for example, your Facebook profile, your Facebook business page, if you have one, if you wish to have one as a brochure like I have, Facebook free group if you have a free group, Facebook page group if you have a page group, right? And you have still one more, you know, you can add, if you want, you can add something off Facebook. It supports LinkedIn, Twitter, it supports Instagram, although I don't use Instagram because, you know, if I'm sharing links to my my articles, for example, Instagram doesn't support links, right? But if it's photographs, you can, and you can just set up a certain category, for example, quotes or something like that, and that goes to Instagram. Pinterest and, you know, Google, but we don't use Google that much, don't we? It's just kind of failed network. So before I went, I wanted just to, when we're talking about it, that's the pricing, and that's the level of what you need to do. So right now, you know, I don't have a free group. I have my personal profile, and I'm going to show you, you know, there is a way. So Facebook doesn't allow any of the social media scheduling tools to post directly to our personal profiles. You know, it's a privacy issue, and third parties software are not allowed to do that. But there are some innovative softwares, and I mentioned this word innovators already because SocialBee creators are definitely innovators, and they were one of the first ones to create this workaround where you have a mobile phone app and you can create your category for the post you want to be posted. You create your schedule. I'll show you everything later on, and then it will remind you via the app. It will send you a notification to post your post on Facebook, and the app will allow you to copy the caption. It will transfer, for example, the picture into Facebook straight away. All you have to do is, you know, press finger, long hold, and paste word appears, click on that, and that's pasted and posted on your profile. So it still really saves you time. And, you know, there is a couple of things with the reminders. I find that sometimes my phone doesn't send me notifications, but it's nothing to do with their app. It's actually my phone issue. And so what I did, I created the reminders in a Google Calendar, and reminder comes in on the day. For example, I know on Mondays, if I wanted to post every Monday a testimonial on my personal profile, I would create in my Google Calendar a reminder to just send me like a reminder notification on, say, 4 o'clock on Monday, check SocialBee app. And that would be the time when this post will be available for me. So whether the app itself sent me reminders or not, the app still gives me that post, and then I can post it onto my personal profile. So I'm not active on LinkedIn. I'm not active on Twitter. I do post things like, you know, my past articles, my guest appearances when I speak on, you know, podcasts, and anything that publicly can be accessed. That's the word I was looking for. And I only do that because, you know, when I pitch to online publications, they ask you for your LinkedIn profile and they ask you for your Twitter profile. This is kind of where the editors hang out usually for those. So I kind of have them and I populate them, but I don't use them as my center stage. It's my personal profile. The best posts go also to my business page. And of course, you see there is our group here, Visibility That Sells Accelerator. And so things like hand raiser squad and content audits, I use SocialBee because I will forget, you know, if I had to post them myself manually, I'll absolutely forget. So this is something that really, really helps me stay consistent and make sure that everything is done in time, right? So how do you add, I'm going to just disconnect this Twitter because I don't have a schedule. Just want to show you how to add a social account. If you just scroll down the page a little bit, it will offer you a different account. Say I wanted to create, maybe I have I don't know, maybe I have another group somewhere. I'll just check. So let's say I wanted to add another group. There you go. I don't use this group, but still it's still active. So if I wanted to add this, I just have to select it. You can see that this is already selected, and I clicked on it. That's selected now. And I just click on add profiles. Yeah, that's it. And so you can see it now appeared. So it's very, very simple to connect anything you want. So if I wanted to reconnect my Twitter, click on profile, sign in, it's already, you can see, not a big deal, right? So we have our profiles all set up. And then when you have your personal profile, there will be here a link, I think. Yes, I think that it will be posting setup. Oh, where is it? Posting setup. In here, when you click on that, it will give you a chance to connect to SocialBee reminders. It will give you also, there's links here where you can download, depending on the type of your phone, or you can send me a link via email or via text, because if you have, it's just easier. You can do this on the computer, and then you can get an email on the phone, and you click on the link, and the App Store or Google Play will open. And then here there will be different statuses. It could say for you that you never logged in, you have no notifications, or you logged in, meaning the mobile app, but you don't have notifications. So it kind of will guide you, so I'm logged in and I have notifications enabled. So that seems to be working on here. But actually today I got a notification, so it is working. Right, let me go page back. So I'm back here, and that just shows that everything is okay. If it's not working, there's always going to be a warning sign here. Sometimes Facebook kicks the apps out. It's not to do with the apps, and whatever app you're using, ever so often you will have to go and reconnect them. Not a big deal. SocialBee usually sends us an email saying that such and such platform has been disconnected. Just click here and it'll reconnect. So it's just like 2 clicks and you're back in business. Right. So, and let me just see how is that? Is that okay? Is that good for you so far, guys? Nod your heads if you're happy. Okay, let's move on now to the next is the content. So as I said, the idea here is that you have content categories. They're kind of like buckets. So I have several categories here, and there's also, I have too many right now because I've had loads like for live video challenge and things like that I did before, and I don't really use them right now. But I want to show you something that, the idea of what's inside categories. I want to also show you how to create a category, and then I will show you how to create a schedule for the category. So for example, let me just see. For example, I was doing a business growth bundle promotion. I think it was a couple of months ago. And so when I created that promotion, I needed several posts. So I wrote several posts. There was few pictures that came with that. Well, there's only 2 posts here, but it could be 3, could be 4. And so that is in this category, I would only have these posts. And then all I had to do is go into schedule setup and create a schedule. I will show you exactly how to do it. Actually, I might just, so I would have created a schedule, say I'm just showing you, and I would find that category, business growth bundle promo, and I would say, okay, I wanted to go on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at, this is now 24 hours, so let's say at 17, so 5 o'clock in the evening, right? And I'll create this. Okay, it doesn't matter, create, just only for the, to show you. And then after the promotion is finished, all I have to do is have a reminder, maybe in my calendar, just to come here and delete the schedule, so it doesn't keep posting on these days. So the good thing, it probably doesn't want to post because of this app, but it's okay. I'll just, if I click create, it would show something like this. It means that every Tuesday, for example, on my LinkedIn and my business page, lead generation UVK, which is the ultimate visibility kit, a post from that category is being posted to these platforms every Tuesday and every Saturday. And so actually, while I'm at this, if I go into that category, which is lead generation UVK, right? And I have 4 posts there. that I wrote, and also every post. So I wrote this post and I have one picture, but I could actually create a variation that the text is the same, but the picture is different. So, you know, if it's posted every, say, once a week, then, and the pictures are changing, people don't remember word by word that your post was, you know, this way. So that's already doubling up how often this, not doubling up, but kind of like doubling down. So if I have a post, it might be the same text, but this picture will be only posted, say if I have 4 posts, two variations on each, it will be every 8 weeks if it's once a week. Am I explaining this correctly, or am I just caught up now? Because I was like, am I actually making sense here? I hope I am. So, okay. So what can you create here? You can create something that I showed you. For example, you can create something that is recurring for your groups. Oh no, this is actually a promotion of visibility that sells. That was a promotion. Let me just see. For example, we have, let me just show you. Hand raiser squad. And you know these are images, they're painfully familiar to you. So hand raiser squad has 4 variations of the same post because I don't need to change it. And I have a schedule that it is posted at a certain time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right? And so this is going on the autopilot, right? And the schedule for it, if I go and select a social profile here, the group, there it is. You just have to scroll down a little bit. So you can see there's schedule. So if you have a group and you are promoting anything in your group, or it's some sort of like maybe you have say you have a group, you have a 90-day program, and then every week you have a Q&A and you're like, post your questions today. You can create a post that will automatically post into your group, into that group on, say, Friday, and then you can do a live stream on Saturday answering these questions. And if nobody posted any questions, you may make up your own questions and still do a Q&A and and say somebody reached out to me privately and they asked me this and this question, because you know from your calls what people are asking you. So this is something that is really, really handy. And let me know, guys, in the chat as well, if you have any questions about what I'm saying. As I said, this is not a training how to use it, although I am showing you how to use it. And you can see your next post here. I just wanted to show you the whole thing. Oh, yeah, let me show you. For example, I have this category, past articles on external sites. So these are all the articles that I write somewhere else. For example, this was Influencive. What I did is I created in Canva kind of template for my graphics. So then I only change the name. I have different logos of the publication and I change the picture. And then I have literally whatever is, there's some of them maybe kind of expired at this stage and they were written too long ago, but the rest of them, they're all here. I do not have to think about, let me just update this post, come out of this post a little bit. So I just want to show you the category and it showed me the post, hang on. I don't have to think about re-promoting something that I've posted before. There you go, past articles on external sites. So this is my bucket, right, for this. And it's going to LinkedIn, it's going to my personal profile, and it's going to my business page, right? There's an article for the entrepreneur, variation to same article, but with different graphic. Again, same, but with a different graphic. And I have loads and loads and loads of posts here. So I can see how many posts I have on the top. I have 16 posts. So if I post them once a week, that's 16 weeks of authority building content being posted on autopilot that I don't have to even think about or remember. And my audience continues viewing me as a go-to expert because they're getting all this good, juicy stuff that I created for them. How does this sound? Does this sound good? Yeah, I think saving time and it takes a little bit of time. So, okay, you're looking, maybe if you're looking at my categories, I have so many of them. But when you are starting, start just with one. Start with the easiest one that you can come up with, that you can think of. And that's the one that you set up first. When it's working and you got your head around it, then you do the second one. So don't approach it as you have to do everything at the same time. So how to create category? Very simple. We create category over here. We create a name for it. For example, I'm going to show you also a very, very cool thing that that can be done here. So I'm going to have quotes. I'm going to put 2022 because I just updated my branding a little bit. So I have these quotes that are my statements, something I came up with. And I have only 4. I created them in Canva. I'm going to add more, but I want to just show you how you can do that. So the name here, settings of the category. If I add a new post, do you want it to put on the top of category, which means that it's going to be posted the next time this category schedule comes to, you know, that time and day, or do you want to post it on the bottom of the category? So it really depends. You don't have to. It's not that important. If you're just adding, for example, if I created a new quote and I added there, and whatever next time comes in, and you know, I'll add it to top of category, and you know, it can post, it's fine. But if I'm posting something today, for example, if I wanted to use this tool, I'll show you that in a minute as well. If I wanted to use this tool because I wrote a new post, I know that this is a kind of post that can be appearing again and again. It's sort of like a nurturing post. So it's not a one-off, it's evergreen. And but I don't want it to be posted the very next time this category schedule comes to, you know, that date and time, because I just posted it now. So that's when I would want, for that category, I would want the post to be added to the bottom of the category. So I hope that this is clear. And if not, you know, you can ask me and I'll always explain it again. It's not a big problem. Can also be used as random category. There is such a thing as a random category. Like you can say, you know what, post anything on this day or anything from my buckets on this day. I don't like that. I like to be in control of what I'm posting. And this is a very important one, requeue after posting. That means if I'm going to, right now I have 4 images. I'm going to show you how I'm going to add these 4 images. In fact, I'm going to show you a hack how I'm going to add them pretty much with 1 click. But every time, like after the 4 images are posted, the 5th time, I want them to be reused. So definitely I want them to be requeued. There is another thing here on URL. I know we were talking about, you know, that you shouldn't be sharing links because posts with links in the body of the post, they don't reach many people. You know, I sometimes post something with the link and I see nobody liked, nobody commented. But you know what? There is a different way to look at it. If you think about, say, for example, I'm writing an article. I wrote an article for Entrepreneur, for anything like Brains magazine. Wrote an article, the article got published. So I'm posting it. Yes, of course, when I'm posting it, it would be nice if people saw it straight away and said, Juliette, you're so brilliant. Yeah, but it's not about that. It's about a Joe or Mary 2 weeks later coming to my profile and stalking me. So not telling me that they're there, but going through all my posts. And then they will see that post and that will add the credibility, that will elevate my status as an authority in how they perceive me. That's what's more important, because, you know, wanting to have a like or a comment on your post, it's very short-term thinking. So with these kind of posts that can be beneficial long-term, you can add URLs, no problem. And so what you can do here with URL settings, and I have another app that you don't need, right? But I have an app, URL shortening app, Rocket Link, that I added. But you can actually just, you know, use ordinary links. Where's that? Yeah. So you can create your own domain. Well, this is kind of Rocket Link social. You can create short links. Why would you need to create short links? You don't have to do it, but if the character count is an issue, you know, how long is your post? I'm going to talk about this because it's very important as well. If that's an issue, then of course you want to make sure if your link is very, very long, that is going to be much shorter when you're posting it. I need to say that with the long posts, you know how my posts are very, 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 very long. And that's I've always, I always wrote long posts. Then I felt very bad about writing long posts. Then I found several people who were promoting certain content creating strategy about posts being long as they're really clear and they really, explain everything, and the clarity is there, and the clarity on the offer is there. And I see this makes sense to me, so I don't feel bad anymore about writing really long posts, because your leads are always going to read them. The problem is that when you're doing it on Facebook, Facebook will let you write as long as you want. But here, your post will be limited to 3,000 characters. So one of the ways to do that is, actually, I'm going to stop sharing here for a second. One of the ways to do that is to write a long post. For example, if you have an invitation post inviting people to your offer and you listed everything that's in your offer and it's a bit too long, and SocialBee is like, no, too many characters. What you can do is you can have that one post. Remember this year I had an invitation post pinned on my profile. You might have seen, you mentioned, you commented on it, but I had it pinned for Content to Leads intensive. And so what I did is I created other invitation to work with me posts, but they would be only half size. And I would kind of talk about, I would start with sort of excited, like, would you like to have a clear, proven to work system of creating content around the offer that you have, and you're feeling overwhelmed? I have a solution, read more here. And then I would add a link. So yes, I know, because I added the link to that post. I know, because I added the link, that not many people will see the post, but those who go researching and binging on my content and will come to my profile or my page or wherever they find me, they will see that, they will click on that link, and they will come to that big post where I have everything written. The link could be to your website as well. It doesn't matter, but I like bringing them into Facebook, because especially on Facebook, because they're kind of on Facebook and they might comment as well. Who knows, so I'm keeping them all in the same place. So, and also if you're posting on Facebook, a link to Facebook, and sometimes I noticed, if you're posting a link, sometimes it wants to open in the Facebook browser. And so it asks you to log into Facebook. Have you ever experienced that? You click on the link and it just opens in a browser, and it's so annoying. Or you're posting a link somewhere on your website to Facebook, and it wants to open it not in the app. There is a way to open links in the app. It's called deep links, but not many platforms support them, but there is a way around it. But anyway, so that's a bit of, I don't know why, I don't know what my point was, but just wanted to mention that if we're posting a link, we can link back to our post anyway. Right, let me just go back into sharing screen. Do you have any questions or anything? Doesn't Facebook have a possibility to schedule posts? Yes, but not on your personal profile. And if you're using your personal profile most, like I do, then you really want to make sure that you are very, very visible there, because on business pages, Facebook limits the reach because they want the money. In groups, you have to work extra to have a group as well, and it's not for everyone to have a group. As I'm openly saying, it's not for me to have a free group. I love these groups with my clients because everybody's open to my guidance. But in a free group, I don't know what these people are looking for, and it doesn't make me feel absolutely free to share what I want to share. And that was the biggest thing with my free group. And so I said, no, I don't want to have that hanging on me, because it just takes too much of my brain space. So I want my Facebook profile to be populated, and that's why SocialBee is so brilliant. And it has this app that reminds me that I need to that I need to post. So I just use that app to post on Facebook. That's the reason. Okay, so let me just go back to that SocialBee. I'll just have a think. So did I continue? I don't think that I saved that category, but I think it's easy what to do here. So you create a category, you give it a name, you play with the settings, and then when you're in the category, that's where you can add posts to the category, right? Actually, or if you made a mistake, for example, I just realized I forgot what I wanted to do. Now I remembered. So if you wanted to edit category, you can go back to this screen. So I put quotes. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Oh, Ah, what's happening here? Quotes. Okay. Okay, quotes, perfect. And now you can just add a post to category manually. So when you're adding a post, literally you can go step by step, but actually when you're doing it very, very first time, it will give you this kind of tour, you know, when it darkens the screen, and it will give you little tips of what to post where. You can absolutely like take your time and have a look at it. But basically just look at every line and then choose from every line what you need to do. And that will be very easy for you to, you know, to do that. So for example, this post is meant for my personal profile. You can see it's already not grayed out, yeah, so it's in color. So I was also want to post these quotes on my Facebook page, on LinkedIn as well. Why not? You know, maybe on Twitter, because they're not going to have much text. And I only have this visibility that sells Facebook group, and I don't need these quotes there. So I've selected my profiles. I can create, for example, like a very vague and general caption, right? Give me a yes if you agree. I can add a photo. Click on the add photo, and let me just see. I don't remember, where are my quotes? I just did them recently, but I don't remember where I saved them. Maybe here. Yeah. So for example, these are the pictures that I made, you know, in Canva. And so I'm going to open this, and you can see straight away, it actually shows me how it looks on each of these profiles, right? And then you have Twitter, and then you have LinkedIn, right? So next thing, I can customize for each profile. So for example, LinkedIn likes hashtags and Twitter likes hashtags. So I can customize that, and I can add, see here, I can add maybe a hashtag and something like that, marketing by design. It doesn't even have to be, but still you can see straight away that the Twitter one was updated. So you don't have to do this, as I remind you. The other thing you can do, so you can customize for each profile. Another thing you can do, if this is going to be an ongoing piece of content, which it will be, you can add a variation. For these quotes, I don't need a variation. Maybe I can variate this, the call to action. Maybe not give me a yes, but like, have you thought about this? You know, please take a minute to contemplate about this, about, you know, what I'm saying here. Does what I'm saying here apply to you? It has to be something that's not very vulnerable, right? So here, and this is the same process as if you were to create a post, right? So we don't need to create right now variations, although if you clicked on add variation, it will allow you, even here, it will allow you to create a variation for each of the profile. But to be honest with you, it doesn't happen if you didn't click on customize for each profile. So it will be just one, which is fine. The next thing, if you wanted to post something straight away, you just click here, this toggle. You can also decide to post this at a specific time. That's for one-off posts. This is a very interesting, actually, before I go, let me just go one by one, right? Next line, category. So this is already a category I created. But if you used, and I'll show you in a minute, if you just went a one-off post, so on the top, there was a big button, add a post, it would bring you to this screen. You can then add that post straight to the category that you already created before. For example, if I was adding more of these quotes, I could just open SocialBee on the dashboard. There's a big button, add post on the top, and I would add this, but I'd say, okay, and then add it to quotes, and then add it to, I would say, the bottom of the queue, because, you know, I'm posting it now. I want some time between the same picture is posted sometime later. So it's just going to be adding to whatever post you already have in this category to the bottom of that queue. Requeue after posting, yes, because I want these to be reposted. But if it's a one-off post, time sensitive, you don't need to requeue. So you just toggle this off. And this is a very interesting feature here, Expire Post. This is what I really, really like. I just tested it with a friend of mine, a client of mine, when we had Black Friday promotions, and she asked me to schedule a few posts, but then she wanted them to be all gone by, you know, Monday midnight. Nobody can see all these promotions that she was doing. And that's what we did with basically creating posts. And then we said, okay, expire at a certain date. And that was the date, and we expired them all on Monday night. So this is really expiring means that they just disappear from the platform, which is very good for your launches, very good for short-term promotions that you then, like you've promoted something. For example, that business bundle, I don't know how I feel about promoting bundles, but I need to experience everything before yeah, I give up on it, right? So I have now promoted several bundles, and I have received some people on my mailing list from them. I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know if I like doing that, you know. So for me, it was like, I don't feel like I'm getting the quality of people. I don't think it's just aligned with who I am and how I work with people as well. Although I liked the bundles, you know, the bundles were okay. But I'm just saying that so I can expire these, then people who come into my world a little later, that doesn't distract them or something. So that's okay. We had a look. So now I am basically, this was just one post, right? Right now, I'm not going to click save post, although that's what you would have done if you were adding just one post into this category. So I'm going to exit and show you a hack. So here, what's really, really cool is that I can import, if I click on this import media, and I'll select again where I want these to go, add photos or videos, and I select them all, load them up, and then I can add text. I will do a different one this time. My thoughts for you today, something like that, ... Category, I'll choose the category I already created, right? So quotes 2022, and it asks you to create to choose a category here, even though you're kind of inside it, because I think it's maybe just taking you slightly away from that. Add post to the top. If you had already something, I would add it to the bottom, which is fine. And see how it actually tells you what setting you have. You can change that if you find that you know, you need to change that, and everything is kind of. Oh yes, sorry, hang on a second. Append text. Oh yes, so here's what is very good. I can, if I had those quotes somewhere typed up, right, I could actually add a quote or say my thoughts for you today, add a quote. And that's how, you know, it would post, right? But what I can do is this append text, it will be added to every post. So if I leave it blank, that's the only thing that's going to appear is this append text. If there was a different quote that I would paste here, right, then it would append after this. So you can say, you know, give me a GIF if you agree or something like that. So we're already here. Let me just see advanced tab. Again, expire, don't shorten the links. Perfect. We don't need any of that, but they're there if you need. And let's go import. The bulk media has started. Okay, so if I go back into my category now, and quotes 2022, that's and you can see already it has 4 posts. So now this category, and this, I'm going to just click on this, which means these are the categories that are, these are the platforms. Oh, sorry, no. This, what it does, it's actually just filtering, it's just showing me. That's okay. So every post has their own settings, which platforms is going to be posted to, right? So I have these 4 quotes. Let's go to schedule setup. And let me set up on each profile. I'm going to set up for these quotes to be posted at a certain day and time. So on my personal profile, it is now Sunday, December 5th, 17:51 my time. So if I go Sunday, 6:18, and I would say, okay, select category quotes 2022. And 18, and we're going to create. So now in 10 minutes, I should have this quote posted on my personal profile. Now, what's going to happen? It's going to send me a notification, and on my phone, I will get a notification, and I'm going to show you as it happens. I mean, I don't know if you will be able to see my screen. Yeah, you will be able to see something. And I will show you how it works to post on your personal profile with the app. So let me just have a look at the questions, and we'll have a little discussion now for 10 minutes. And then when I hear 8 minutes, even when I hear that, I will show you a little bit more. So Lata says, maybe we can post our blog post on our free Facebook group. Yes, you can, but think about in terms of the experience of your own experience. Unless the blog post is super valuable for me, if I'm in your group as a member and the blog post is just super juicy, the name, it's exactly what I'm looking for, the information, and it's real practical, it's very valuable, I'll appreciate, and I will click, and I will do that. If you're writing a blog that is just for people to just, people who don't know you, through this blog, maybe you want to bring them to your Facebook group, then I wouldn't post that into your Facebook group necessarily. I'll put it on my personal profile. Most of people if you have a small group, they will be your personal profile friends. So if you're posting it on your personal profile, then they see, but also the rest of people as well can see that blog post. But you absolutely can, if you want to. So there's no limit. Expire post after they're saved. Are they saved? No, they just disappear. I think that on business pages, you can go into Creator Studio and you can find them somewhere. But on the personal profile, I don't know. And I never even kind of bothered checking, because as I said, for example, if I was promoting this bundle 3 days, after that, I just don't want them, because the link is not working at that stage, and I just don't want to confuse my new people. So they disappear, and I never even bothered to, I don't care where they went. They just out of sight, out of mind. And that's what I needed, So what are SocialBee advantages comparing to other scheduling tools? Well, the categories, that is the advantage. The content categories that have evergreen content that's being scheduled to go at a certain day of the week. Now, it doesn't have, it's a weekly schedule, right? So your client testimonials, this is the way you can work with me, and you put a few things that you're offering, or your main offer. So that is the most important thing. And it's not like other social media scheduling tools are created with the mind is okay, this is 5 posts. First goes on Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is our social media for the week is scheduled. So it's one at a time. And when SocialBee created the post, it was all about having content categories. So you can then potentially forever leave it running, and you don't have to go back to it. So things that you forget, specifically client testimonials, that's something we just forget, but imagine every Monday it just comes. And in 2017, when I came across this app, there was no restriction on personal profiles that that you didn't need an app. It was just posting. Then on 2018, Facebook stopped allowing that. But I actually have grown my audience, my engagement, and so much with random question of the day that were posted through SocialBee directly on my personal profile. And it's what color socks you wearing, and things like crazy questions. I had these random questions of the day, and I'd wake up sometimes and I'll look at this loads of notifications on Facebook, and I didn't even know which question came up. I just loaded 500 questions into a category, and it was just going there, and people were engaging with my profile. That means my visibility and my more serious posts reached more people. Does it make sense? That's the benefit. And the second benefit is that it's populating with all these authority building posts, it's populating your feed. So then you're focusing only on creating really super valuable posts, maybe long form posts. You don't have to think to also post shorter posts, engagement posts, funny memes. You can have a whole category with funny memes. So whatever is your thing, I can load a whole category with photographs of Buzz, and every Wednesday there'll be a picture of Buzz coming in. It's all about creating engagement. So you can get very creative, but it doesn't require you set and forget. That's what I like about it, because it just frees you time. Then I can only write when I'm really inspired about something that I've seen, and I don't feel oh yeah, but if I write about this now, but I also need to post this, and I also need to post this, and all these things that in my head, they just give me, it's just, I'm at peace. That's my biggest advantage. Akshan, does using non-Facebook scheduler make a difference in terms of algorithm? Listen, it's only for huge pages that there is this whole conversation about, when you're using a third-party scheduler, that the reach is limited. Yes, when you're using Facebook, allegedly, more people will see your posts. But I will be honest with you, I have so many posts that are scheduled by SocialBee, and then posts that I don't use SocialBee for, just went on Facebook and posted. And there's no difference between how many people, or no prediction. I can't see that posts that are posted with SocialBee don't get as much engagement as those that just go natively. Right now, algorithm is in such a mess. You've probably seen it yourself. You'll post something and just like nothing. And it's a good post. Like you wrote it with a good vibe. It's an interesting topic. Everything is great. And so you don't know why. Nobody has commented, nobody's seen. I have these posts, and especially I find, of course, there's a little bit of, I found that you have to play with the timing of your post. So because of my time zone, I noticed that when I'm posting, say before 3 o'clock my time, it's like nobody sees, no matter what I post. So I'd say it's because most people are in Canada and the States, and this time difference, and they just don't see it. So when they woke up, there was so much more posted that my post has drowned at this stage. So this is also that. But generally, don't really worry about algorithm, except with links in the posts that you actually want people, like if I'm promoting a program and I want people to reach out to me now, I would not put a link into the body of the post, I would put it in the comment. But if I put something that, like my article or something that I don't care if they don't reach out to me now or don't read it now, if they come to my profile or my page or in the group, they will see that I'm adding all this value all the time. And those who want to read, they will, so then I don't care about the links. It's really just personal choice. For coaches that redo the 90-day program on a regular basis, it is important to keep promotions from one year to another by changing the date to do a small. Yes. So then for you, for a WildFit coach, for example, but that for any coach, for me as well, you have your posts when you're promoting your offer. You have your posts that are just nurturing posts, right? They're talking about, this is why you're overeating. This is why you have midnight snacks. This is why you feel devoid, and this is why you wake up sick. This is why your medicines don't seem to completely take away the problems that you're dealing with. And so these posts, they don't need to ever change. You can have a generic call to action on this post and just say, reach out to me. And then when they reach out, then reach out to me about my next class, for example. Then it doesn't matter. It's an open sort of ended sentence. So people reach out to you and you say, okay, my next class is in 90 days because we just started. Would you like to go and, secure a spot? You can secure a spot with a deposit, or you can reach out to me on a later date. It's up to you. If you secure a spot, that means that in 90 days or next class, you're going to start. Or you can, so you're flexible with that. You get it? So what you do then is you have a category of posts that are 2 weeks, say, for example, 3 weeks before the class start, that you really, really full on, this is now invitation for this class. That's where you go and change the dates. And then what you do with that is you schedule it 3 weeks before the date of the class starting. You come to SocialBee and you create this schedule. So you have a category, the posts are already there. You can even copy some of the posts that you had before from other categories. It's okay. So you have your, everything is populated, all the call to action, explaining how the program works, all that. And then you create this new schedule. And you say, okay, so it will be something like launch content, launch posts. And you say launch posts, posting every day, or every second day on my profile, and on this page and on this page. And then requeuing for 3. And then after you're on the date where you need to stop promoting, you just have a notification in your calendar or somewhere to come to SocialBee and just remove that schedule. And that's what I do on my launches. I post because I will forget. Something will happen. I'll wake up wrecked. I'll wake up and completely bad emotionally. And I won't be able to have this, what we need, for the launch. So I have my posts written, and they were written in good form, and they're working for me. So all I have to do is just post them, because, at the end of the day, you can have these posts and then you can just go live once or twice. And people, that energy, and on your live streams, you don't need to worry about how perfect what you're saying is. It doesn't matter what you're saying, because it's all about just people observing your energy. That's all. Your written posts are for the text and for the wording. Your videos are just for connection. And so go live a little bit during that and invite people, but they will be reading, and the call to action and all this promotion will be working every day. You don't even need to think about it. How does this feel? I think it's really cool that you can do that. You know, and I always say 3 weeks in advance, start, you know, ramping up. This is what you can do. Then it just takes, you do it once, you set it up once, and then you just tweak a date or something, and that's all you need to do. So that's really, really cool. Okay, so guys, very quickly, because it's now should be the time now, I'm going to check. Okay, so I don't know why. I didn't get the notification, maybe because I had the app open, but you can see that that post that I just scheduled to go is here, right? So if I click on that post, on the bottom on the app, it says to me, share post. When I'm sharing the post, it says your caption was successfully copied, just paste it before sharing. Okay. Sorry, I just go this. Okay. And now you can see that it's transferred the picture onto Facebook. And now I just have to paste. I have to hold my finger until the word paste appeared. I click on the word paste. There is my caption, and I just post. And it's posting. My phone is so dirty. So embarrassing. And that's it. And that's it. So if I go now into Facebook profile, quickly. That is my profile on Facebook app. So you can see that it was posted, and it says here just now. So if I had that scheduled in advance, the only thing, the bad news, right, is that this notifications, it has to do something with my phone. And some phones are just really annoying, because when the app sends notification, there's just so many things between the app and the phone model and inside there is happening, that I know that SocialBee notifications working okay, but my phone sometimes doesn't want to know. And so like right now, it just didn't send me a notification. This is why if I created my schedule and I know that at 6 o'clock on a Sunday, a quote is going to be posted on my personal profile, I just use my Google Calendar for reminders, and I do reminders for everything because my memory is non-existent. Like I have a memory like of 5 minutes, and beyond that, I don't remember. I get engrossed in things and I forget. So if I have a reminder, then ping, reminder came in. I'm like, okay, so that's what I need to do. I open SocialBee app. It shows you all your profiles. I click on my personal profile, and I showed you the process. What happens next? It was what, 20 seconds? That's where it's really, really good.